Warning, 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 warning. This is a Menacing Broadcast. Code Red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's gonna hit the eardrums. Uncle the Broadcast.
You are listening to Uncle the Broadcast. My name is Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here is the Star Show Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is 300 and something.
It sure is. 300. Boy, you stumped me, Uncle. Now, are you going to make me look at the number here?
Yeah, I lose track myself. I don't know these numbers. You got the computer in front of you.
315. Do you believe it?
315 episode.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be talking about tonight. I know, Ed, call me on the line. We have a talk about something.
Anybody can call in on
This
Sunday
is
night.
what's his name's waiting. Put him on the line there.
What's his name is waiting? Are you sure?
Yes, he said he's waiting.
Okay, well, first...
Ed. I mean, not Ed.
Somebody.
Jimmy is on the line.
Jimmy.
Okay, well, fair enough. So we do... I mean... This is the way we do it on Sunday nights on Arcelli.com, the Uncle Show. I mean, we take live calls, and we just get so many calls, we just come out of the gates with them usually. But if you want to call in, you may. It's 319-527-5016. And you can use Skype. Type a message to Chuck. He's Charles, other Arcelli on Skype, or call 319-527-5016. Caller,
you're on.
Hey, Uncle, what's going on?
I don't know. We're in the football action here.
We are. NFL. Heating up.
Action here.
Week 9.
Heating up 9 this week.
I'm telling you.
You had a bye.
Philadelphia Eagles. Them Eagles are looking scary. I don't like them.
Yeah, they're good.
But Dallas gave them a run for their money. Close one.
They did.
But they didn't win it. Of course, it was a close one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if anybody can beat them, it's them.
You would think because they're divisional rivals, right?
Correct.
So they should have a one-up on a lot of other teams that just come in to play them.
Right.
So, but they didn't quite pull it out. So Eagles still on top of the league, really. I think they have the best record, don't they?
8-1?
I think so, yeah. I think it's 8-1 now. They just went to 8-1.
Yeah, just went in tonight, today. 8-1. Your boys are on a bye there, Jimmy.
Yeah, they get the week off.
Miami.
No.
They play the Niners?
Huh?
It's the Niners?
Detroit plays the...
No, next week. Next week, Detroit plays the Chargers. And then after that, we'll play our usual Thanksgiving Day.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right. They have the Thanksgiving game.
Always, yeah. Remember, we're talking
against
about
Dallas.
The blue and the blue. Well, no, not necessarily.
No, not
against
Dallas.
I'm just saying those two teams always play. It's the blue and silver
right. That's
teams.
it. That's right.
For some reason, blue and silver is the NFL's colors for Thanksgiving because
that's
those
what
two
it
teams
is.
play every year. I don't know what that means.
It means
possibly
the
nothing.
color. It means the colors, I guess.
A mind like mine, Uncle, I just see that happen. I'm like, well, there has to be a reason for it, but maybe there isn't. Maybe everything is an accident that everybody ever does, including our own very lives, Uncle. Our lives are nothing but mere accidents. Our very existence, the existence of this entire world, Uncle. It means nothing. Nothing. Stop ascribing meaning to anything. There's no use in it, Uncle.
Was this from your last hour? Sounds like your last hour talking this way.
It may have
because the way you went. And the last couple of hours, last I heard, you were talking funny on your hour.
Might have carried over.
Hey,
I think so.
A quick look up on apparently why it is they play on Thanksgiving is, let's see, what is this according to? And it's according to Google. Having NFL games played on Thanksgiving is something that the league owes to the Detroit Lions, who started the tradition in 1934 after their owner, George A. Richards, wanted to attract more fans, and the stadium begun sold out for the holiday game ever since.
That was it then.
Marketing move. That's what it is.
Well, what about the Cowboys, who have the same colors essentially?
Yeah, what about the Cowboys?
It's not exactly the same, but they're both blue and silver.
Well, I'm taking a look here and trying to figure that out. Why it is that the Cowboys are there too, and I'm not sure. Let's see. NFL Thanksgiving. Why do the Lions and Cowboys play on Thanksgiving Day? According to Marca.com. Let's see. I will find out. I will investigate here, guys, and let you know.
Okay, we got our producer on it.
Producer's on that because we were trying to figure that out.
Well, we have Ray is in the chat room on Twitch, the Ford Freak. He's saying, "Hey peeps, you can call in 319-527-5016." So he's helping us get calls. Uncle Ray.
He's calling.
He's trying to get people to call in.
Oh,
so we like that. Thank you, Ray.
Yeah, thank you.
That's
Ray.
cool.
We need some more talking. So
Apparently, the Cowboys started in 1966 simply as a publicity move, trying to get more national attention for the team.
Oh, that's unusual. I never knew that.
The only 2 years they haven't played on Thanksgiving since that year was 1975 and 1977. Let's see. The only they're playing in Jacksonville. The only team to not play yet on a Thanksgiving Day is the Jacksonville Jaguars, who have never been scheduled for the holiday game.
That's true.
Haven't made it yet, huh? Jacksonville.
That's because they were newer at the time.
Yeah, they are.
That's why too. I think.
Yeah, but the Carolina Panthers made it there, and what's the other new team? There's another new team, isn't there?
Are the Falcons new? Am I mistaken on that? Are they an expansion team?
No, they're not.
No, I don't think so.
No, they're not.
No. I don't think
something
so.
Something is. I'm trying to remember. It's eluding me now. I don't remember. One of those teams.
You guys got me looking up a bunch of stuff. I'll find out who the last expansion teams were.
I know the Jaguars. I can't remember the others now. But yes, NFL week 9. We'll see. So far, things been an interesting season. It's starting to be that like we're seeing who the good teams are, and we're talking about the Eagles are definitely one of them, if not the best team, one of the best ones.
The last expansion team was the Houston Texans in 2002, and the last.
That's right. They were the.
Tennessee Titans, right? Because they were the Oilers, right?
Well, see, that's not an expansion team. That's moving a team and renaming it, right?
A moving name remaining.
Like they did with the former Redskins. What are they now? The Redskins are the Commanders or something?
Yeah, but they didn't even move. They just changed their name.
Well, right. It's just a name change. So a name and a city change isn't like creating a whole new team.
I think they should have kept them with the
And the Panthers and the Jaguars were expanded in 1995, according to this. So
it was a while back.
They did that. I know that one was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's been a minute. Yeah,
that's why it's kind of odd that they haven't.
The Texans are the newest.
Yeah,
that's what it says. Yeah.
Houston. Yeah, I should have known that too, but I forgot.
So Jimmy, what do you think about all this? Yeah.
Well, and also the trade season ended there that day, the World Trade Day. I see the 49ers made out on that. So they're also going to be a dangerous team again.
Oh, yeah, they did pick up a couple decent guys, didn't they? They're trying to salvage because they needed something. They lost a lot of players.
And they were hurt. And they're still hurt. Weren't they?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they still are, but I mean, they picked up these new guys, I guess. We'll see what they can do.
I tell you who saw it, I got to say. They were there, so I could.
Yeah, I know.
He knows. This year, I got to say it, the Rams are not really in it.
Nobody expected him to be, though, from the beginning. They
didn't expect him to be in it?
Nobody expected the Rams to be good this year. I mean, I didn't. Honestly, they came out of the gates way better than I thought they would. They won their first game, and they won a couple others, but since then, that Stafford didn't play. I knew as soon as Stafford got hurt.
That was with the thumb.
Yeah, and he did. I was like, I kind of felt like it was a foregone conclusion he would get hurt first of all, and then once he did, they got nobody to back him up. So,
well, they had these guys on the draft. Of course, this other guy that he's teaching, they got from Georgia,
Stetson Bennett.
They're teaching, and he can't handle control yet.
Yeah,
but they had this other one.
Yeah, what was the guy's name they had in today? I can't remember even, but that didn't work. I can't even remember the guy's name, but that just shows you like I knew they didn't have anybody for backup. They don't, and now they're in this situation, but it's not really a surprise, Uncle. So we just got to wait on them. They did get a lot of good guys from the draft, and if they keep going that way and keep building good, in a year or two they could definitely be good. So
I've heard that the coach. I've heard this. The coach didn't want to rebuild again.
That was just one comment.
That was one comment he said.
Beginning of the season.
Yeah, that's one comment. Now, was it really true or was it not?
Well, who the hell wants to rebuild a team? Would any coach want to rebuild an entire team? If you were an NFL coach, would you be excited at the fact that you have to rebuild your team? Would that be a good thing?
Well, it would take a while.
Yeah, right.
I think that would be the reason, because it would take a while.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to do it, but I mean, he's in a situation where they have to. And frankly, I think he's doing a good job, but he's only partway there. So, and that's okay. I mean, you're not going to have a winning season every season.
No, I didn't think that.
It's whatever.
I didn't think that.
It's whatever.
But so.
And no more NFL.
And I'd say Kansas City isn't looking impressive at all this year. I'd say they're crap.
Well, they sure whipped Miami today.
Yeah, they're back and forth.
They're back. Yeah, they are. They're back and forth.
I don't. They're not bad. They're not bad, but they've been better. But they could definitely keep rolling, and they'll probably be in the playoffs, I assume. So we'll see. It's hard to say.
So what are we going to talk about, Ben?
I don't know. Let's.
Well, you wanted to say stop playing this. I'm trying to figure what to say.
No more NFL. We're sick of it. Nobody wants to know what the NFL does. Nobody watches that.
Yeah, well, it got me interested in.
Uncle, let's talk about your T-shirt.
Oh,
what is that thing?
We got this T-shirt. It's really very comfortable, must say. Mm-hmm. It has a hawk head. I had a hawk head. Very, very interesting.
Do you want to stand up and show it for real quick? Uncle's going to model the shirt.
Modeling the shirt for a moment, people.
Here it comes. So you can check out Uncle's hawk head he's talking about. It is an MST shirt. Let me hold the camera. I'm going to do the camera work. There we go. Okay, look at that. That's MST. And
look at the head on my head.
That's Uncle. Yeah, so that's...
I have that color. That thing is on the back.
It is. The same one. Okay. So you can go ahead and sit down, Uncle. We see it. So that is.
Can that go to the
Eddie's
crack room?
That can go.
Send it to the crack room.
Yeah, we can probably get a picture in the crack room. It's the MST T-shirt that Chuck designed.
Chuck designed.
And
it's very, very comfortable though. Mm-hmm. One thing I do like about it, I'm a sweater guy. I get too much sweat. But this here, the Chinese people that knew how to make these, better on the board. Knowing how to talk to these guys, and Chinese people know how to make a material that fits the right person.
Yep, they sure. It's like a dry fit style material is what it is. It's kind of stretchy. It's like athletic. The sort of things that like Nike makes a lot of shirts like that. Yeah. Those sorts of brands make those shirts. Sometimes they're jerseys.
It Wickers. Like when it rains, it wickers the waterway.
There we go. That's what it does.
The ones that shirt he has on, of course, it's from our producer's name, but it's the material again. It's not
Cotton.
the same. It's not the same as this Japanese people that know how to make this kind of.
Mine is a cotton T-shirt, which cotton is good, but his uncle really does enjoy the dry fit style shirt, and that's what this one is.
Yeah.
The MST shirt.
I just realized that, man, got one of these shirts, and I knew that Chuck was making them.
Chuck put the design together
and gave it to them, and
it did really turn out, Chuck. I really appreciate it, and I was most excited to see what would happen when the graphic, which was not large in terms of like resolution on the computer, it wasn't a very large file, and it's blown up to fit an entire shirt. So I knew there would be like pixelation going on. I was actually excited to see how that would turn out, and to my joy, it turned out really good. Like it is that, but it looks good. Like, and again, it's got a sort of neo-punk aesthetic that I think is really cool. To me, it works. I really like it.
I asked something. Hold on there, Jimmy. I want to talk to my Medusa for a moment.
Okay.
Chuck.
Yeah.
Is there a way can get his podcast with those people? That might be funny. You'll be laughing now, but this is a decent, comfortable show.
There should be an Age of Transitions shirt.
Oh yeah, I can do that anytime. He can do it too. He's got. I put him in contact with him.
Well, if you want to do that, you can get one.
I could. I could do it. It was quite easy.
If you want to do that, man.
Yeah, I showed you. It wasn't hard at all, right? And you get to talk to them through a translator, so it's not so bad.
Yep.
Yeah. Because you'll feel the difference of this shirt. Depending on what you're wearing now, you'll be comfortable wearing this thing.
I would be.
No, I love those shirts from Vietnam. They're perfect the way I see them. I mean, and
they wash okay.
Yeah, they wash just fine. I like what Aaron was saying about the look of the shirt too. That was intentional. The way I set it up is I blew it up enough so that it would start to pixelate, but it would still be really clear at the same time. So it's got that kind of like rough print look to it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it works. It definitely works. Like you almost can't tell that it is pixelated, but it is. But visually somehow the pixelation doesn't fully, like, you can't tell that's what's going on when you glance at it, yet it's still like something's a little shaky, but you want it to be that way,
right? Like most properly sighted people, if they step away a little bit, that pixelation almost disappears if you step back a little. So from a distance it's great, and then you get up close, it's not bad. But it actually does this thing where it sort of reorganizes. Plus, if you notice, I made it a little bit askew with the way that just so that it was just a little bit off, so it's not perfect, so it keeps that punk vibe to it. I don't know if you noticed the back of the shirt, the way I did that, so it was like a little bit off.
Yeah, the back is great because the back. Oh, do we need to model the back, Uncle? Maybe here, spin around real quick, and we'll get the camera on that.
Because the front is your artwork with my layout, and then the back is partially Creative Accidents artwork. Added on to your artwork.
Yeah. Yes.
And
so and you got some interesting thing going on with the typography as well back there. Yeah, you can get back down, Uncle. You're good. Yeah, the back is cool too. The way that the graphic almost looks like it's cut out from something, which it is, but that also works with the punk aesthetic.
I forgot. I forgot to bring the drink up.
Oh, yeah. Well, we can do that next week.
I'll do it next week.
Those will stay in there. Uncle was saying about doing a drink.
I have a drink.
Speaking of the dollar store, those Frigidaire mini fridges?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I seen one in the clearance at Dollar General. Guess what I paid for it? Guess how much it was?
A mini fridge, like an electrical mini fridge? $50.
Yeah, Frigidaire.
How about $50?
I'm going to say 35.
Okay, there's our guesses. 35, 50. Uncle, you got a guess how much you paid for one of the mini fridges at Dollar General on clearance?
Oh.
What do you think?
About 30.
30, 35, and 50. That's our guesses. Jimmy James, what was the verdict?
Yeah, what is it? What was the number?
$25.
Uncle
Holy
was
moly.
closest.
I was close.
You were.
Uncle was closest. If this was, I don't know if that's the right rules for the Price is Right, but if it was a sort of Price is Right thing, he'd win.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, we all went over.
And the
That might have
funny
been
thing is,
Mm.
Huh?
this really cute, probably college chick, I could tell she was like eyeing it because there was just the one. I was like, oh, no, you don't.
So you went and picked it up.
Oh no,
Right.
man! If I was in a store like that and I had $25, I would snap that thing up automatically. Kidding me? Frigidaire, little mini fridge, gone. $25, done.
Shoot, that's like going to the
Dude,
flea
and
market.
it even came with those heavy-duty cords, and one of them's for the car. You know those cords that plug in your cigarette lighter?
Oh no!
Those things alone go for $20.
Yeah, those are like $20. Exactly. The cords alone, $20.
You know, you go to a flea market and find one for about that amount that he got at the store.
Well, I bet you he could have flipped it at the flea market for $40, brand new. I bet you.
Yeah,
somebody
that too.
Yeah,
That
he
too.
could have made
Could have
$15
done
on
that.
it. Just because you know why I know that? Because I do that. I do that kind of stuff. Yeah, I work the flea market over here. When I get a chance, I go to Smiley's. I work the flea market.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, there's somebody who works at flea market.
That's being enterprising, Uncle. That's what you got to do out there. You got to figure out ways to make money.
Buy a couple of those things. You know, if they had two of them on the shelf, I'd take two. Maybe keep one and take it to the flea market, sell it for $40, and then that way, what did my Frigidaire cost me? $10. Can't beat that with any stick. Know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah.
Indeed. There you have it, Uncle. We're learning so many ways to get ahead in the world.
Wow.
I do similar things.
Wow.
It's like my cell phone service. I told you that what I paid for that. I pay $10.99 right now for it. Unlimited everything.
Ooh,
Unlimited songs.
Nice.
unlimited phone, Uncle.
Well, they have these now phones that you don't need contracts for.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, I had a phone in Florida with no contract.
Right.
But here, no, it's not allowed. Because the one down there has to have a contract. I like.
You're saying house rules again, Uncle?
Yeah, their house rules
I
are
was going to
nanny.
say, is that a house rule or is that all
Right.
California?
Okay.
Getting house rules.
I was going to say, is that
But when I was there with my other sister in the farm,
Off
they
a
had
contract.
off contract.
yeah, I wasn't sure if you meant it was a house rule or a California rule. See, okay, so
Well,
it's a
It's a
house
house
rule.
rule.
Okay.
A
House rule.
house rule for
You
them.
got to stay on the old contract to get the deal that we want.
Yeah, and because I give up of getting extra phones anymore. I mean, here the sidekick will give me this one too. These people get update phones.
Well, see, the good thing about that's the one good thing about the contract, right? Is that you get free phones every couple of years, don't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
usually that's how it works.
Usually
And that's
how it
one of the
works.
benefits. Yes.
I just
But,
signed up for a new contract myself. I haven't been with a phone contract in like 10 years, and I finally signed up for one. So I don't know what happens 2 years from now. Maybe I can get a new phone.
You will. They'll give you every update on the phone. Then on my radio, on my phone the other day, and AT&T had me and answered something.
Okay.
And I said, I can understand your message. Coming back to me, hitting them with another message with the AT&T thing. And what the heck is this with the AT&T people?
They like to send messages, Uncle. They want to
send
check in on you.
messages all the time.
They want to make sure you're doing all right.
You know, if he calls AT&T, you got to record it, Aaron. I mean, I got to hear that conversation.
Yeah, we've that's been a couple of.
I text them. No.
Oh, you just text
I-
them. Okay.
I text them.
We made one of those clips from daily life of you calling a medication hotline.
Oh, yeah, I
did do
remember
that.
that.
Okay.
We did do that. That turned out pretty funny. I can't remember if we've played that on the live show before, but
No,
Did we?
I know we didn't.
I
play
think
it on
we
here.
did.
Not on here.
Podcast at some point.
Look it up there. See if you guys.
We did not do it on the live
mine.
show. We did not. Yeah, we did not do it on the live show. I would have remembered that one. I remember that you going to get coffee. I
Oh, yeah,
remember
that
you
one.
with the popcorn. I remember with the bathroom, and I don't know, there was something with soap being cleaned up. That was crazy. There was the Star Wars toy. I remember all these, but no, I never heard the one with the medications.
Yeah, that one's pretty funny. Yeah.
No, we did do one.
I think
How
we
can
put
we
that
even-
on the podcast before we did the live show.
Maybe.
I think it was
Just-
on one of those episodes.
Well, maybe
yeah.
you can dig it up. We can replay it on here.
Yeah,
Yeah, dig it up.
I have these files somewhere. They're
Yeah,
around somewhere.
look it up there. I'm playing on there.
Yeah, it's somewhere. It exists out there.
I got to talk to my doctor this coming week anyway. Because,
Of course, my favorite clip is where Uncle's trying to tell everybody to stop talking with their mouth full. That's the best one.
Yeah, that one's pretty good too.
That
Yeah,
to me is the best.
we have a bunch of those.
Why don't we
some
send
I
them
haven't
out to
finished yet. I
People
need to
still-
finish a few of them.
People still repeat that in the chat room every now and then. This is man talk here. they still do that in the chat room once in a while. So I love it.
Man.
Yeah.
oh,
Because your wife was laughing and Uncle was like, "Hey, we're talking over here. This is man talk here." And
Well,
she
that's
was
all.
just cracking up.
These audio clips are also the same idea of what we're trying to do with the Instagram videos and the YouTube videos too, which are really the same sort of format but in video.
Yeah, but you
and
haven't done a
they've worked
cooking
out
show.
kind of good for us too. We just have to.
But you haven't done a
my
cooking
wife's
show in
back
a
home
minute.
again,
Yeah.
so she should be able to make more of these, Uncle. So that's the good thing.
But you haven't done a cooking show in a minute, Aaron. What's going on? with
Yeah,
that?
well, exactly. Yeah, my wife has been away, but she's back again. So
we
still
I have
with
to
the
get
sauce.
some more ingredients from the grocery store,
that's the problem.
and there's a few things like
Eggs,
eggs,
milk,
flour.
flour. Celery.
How did I make my sandwiches now? I'm sorry. I'm doing a different on the sandwich deal.
Uh-huh.
I'm having a taco bread.
Yes.
Eliminate the loaves of bread in the house.
Uncle likes
I
making
tell
wraps.
these wraps. That's what I'm making.
Uh-huh.
So, well, if we're going to do a cooking show, I was thinking we'll do a load of wraps sandwiches. Because
Could call it rapping
to
Uncle.
me, I found out something. My sugar is much better recount
With the wraps
Wraps.
instead of bread.
with the wraps than having loaf of bread.
Okay.
I said, I don't want no more loaf of bread. I keep telling him I want the
We could
Cutting
call it-
out the loaves.
You could call it the wrap.
cutting out the loaves and just have
Going with
taco.
Could
going
call
with
it.
the wraps, the
The wraps,
tortillas,
the
the
tortilla.
pitas, the
Call it the-
tortillas,
tortillas and
that
stuff.
sort of stuff.
Call it the rapping uncle and spell rap, WRAP. Call it the rapping uncle. It'd be like the rapping granny, but it's the rapping uncle and it's all the different raps Uncle wants.
Well,
do you
you can
think of
do that. You can add that to
There you go.
my thing if you want,
Indeed.
That's a series.
Oh yeah.
because that's how I'll do that. Because
I like
I
that.
found out in my counts of my sugar counts,
Mm-hmm.
they are lower than if I, like, say, had a loaf of bread.
So okay,
And
so
the
so
bread would be up on my sugar
I know
count.
the exact correct scenario we need to illustrate this, Uncle.
Right.
Say you make a peanut butter and onion sandwich
Yeah.
on bread,
on the taco
you,
bread.
or you made a peanut butter and onion wrap. The peanut butter and onion wrap would be far healthier for you.
Right.
That's what you would. That's what you would make.
That's what I'll be making from now on.
Yes,
God, that's point. That's the right point.
that's it.
Because all these people, they get bread,
Mhm.
let them eat them. The loaves of bread, let the other people
If
eat
they
them.
want it, they can have it.
I do not eat loaf bread anymore.
Okay.
And I tried telling my sister, the one down there, that I don't take loaves of bread. She says, "Oh, there's loads of bread. I'm running out of my taco bread."
tortillas are dwindling. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm saying that is a problem. Trying to get them, but I did get three bags this week.
Oh yes, sir. 3 bags.
So I got enough now. But the point is, that is what I'm saying. Now, when I go see my doctor, I think this week I have to go on the 8th for the problem.
Yeah, sure. Problems. One of your problems, one of your medical issues.
Issue. I have to go to see what they want. I have to talk about. But I'm going to ask him something. Mention this.
Yeah, bring it up. Be like, hey, Doc, what about these pita breads? Yeah, just ask.
What are you smiling about?
Don't give him some special info. You been listening down there?
What is going on here?
We've got a live studio audience, live from Uncle's studio. It's a single audience member in the room.
They're doing good yet?
All right, Uncle, we're getting cheers.
Are they doing good yet?
Are you talking about the NFL?
Get the one-man dog pound.
Oh, yeah, Arsenio Hall, yeah. I love the...
There you go.
Yeah. I love
that's the dog pound.
Nice.
The one-man
She don't like
pound.
Cincinnati anymore.
Oh.
No more Cincinnati?
Your wife don't like
Really? Oh, man. It's all about those Bills.
Yeah, she likes them.
It's all about those Buffalo Bills, yeah.
Right.
Now we're back on the NFL. How'd you do this, Uncle?
She walked in.
That was a rule. We weren't supposed to talk about.
I know, because she walked in.
Okay. We have someone to blame. I'm happy.
Yeah, we do.
It's good. Jimmy, how you doing?
Oh, that's a final.
Jimmy?
That's a final score.
There's rumors that Belichick wants to jump ship and go to another team. Have you heard that?
Who?
I haven't. Belichick wants to go to another team, Uncle.
He said that?
Bill Belichick wants to jump, huh? Okay. It's a final score now,
thought
Uncle.
that was coming. Either that or
We thought he was going to get fired. We thought he was going to maybe get fired.
Yeah, that's what we thought.
Of his own volition.
Yeah.
That's what I think he's doing. I think he's trying to get ahead of the curve.
That might be a good idea. Hey, Uncle, there's a final on that game you asked me to keep track of.
Yeah.
Yeah, 24-18, Bengals over the Bills.
Oh, there we go. We called that one, Uncle. We're good.
We called that one.
Man, we're good.
Oh, they scored well.
Oh,
That's
boy.
okay.
Well, we're good on that game. I don't know otherwise, but that game, we got that one.
That game saved Miami.
That game saved Miami.
Yeah, because like I was explaining to you, Sidekick.
Because they're in the same division.
Same division,
yes.
but they are ahead of them because they won the game. Head-to-head. That's the reason they're still ahead.
Dolphins won. No, the Dolphins
lost today. But the Bills lost.
Bills also.
And so they lost their 4 losses. And that means Miami's up 1 game ahead for the losses. That's how you figure
I get it. Now,
you understand
it
that?
makes perfect sense.
That's the end of conversation about
We're done.
this.
No
We're
more.
done. No more. But that's what I was going to say.
But that's it. Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Man.
So, and they also, well, never mind. So what else we have to talk about, Jimmy? Hold on there, Jim. What happened here? Oh, there is.
There's a lot of different things that it's an entire world out there. Well, Uncle, how about this? I have an interesting thing to bring up.
Well, let's bring it up. We're going to have some kind of talk.
Okay, so I was on Twitter this week, Uncle. Can you believe it? I was using Twitter. And I was like, you know what? Let's see if we can get any potential guests on here.
Oh, yeah.
And
well, they got one last week. It's really nice.
Well, I made a pretty good connection on Twitter. There's this DJ who is a DJ for KLOS, a rock station in Los Angeles, but he also is on Sirius XM, which I listen to the First Wave channel, which is like new wave music, 80s alternative music. I listen to that a lot. He's on in the morning, and I came to realize he works at KLOS. I didn't even know that at first. So I sent him a message like, hey, man, would love to have you as a guest on Uncle the Podcast sometime. Oh, and also, if you could, say hello to Jordan at KLOS for me, because I know somebody at KLOS. And then he got back to me. He's like, oh, yeah, Jordan says hi. And then he said something funny about coming on this show. So,
yeah, so we have a guest when? Next week or when we come back?
I don't know if he'll show up or not. I got a hold of him on Twitter, so I'm proud of myself.
Oh, well.
I got that going for him. So that's a start, Uncle.
Well, at least we're getting some people.
So
I got him that.
Yeah, maybe I'll be able to get a hold of him again, get him on the show as an actual guest. Maybe he'll call in. We'll see. We'll see what we can do.
Hey, he could call in the next 17 minutes, you know.
I love the cards.
Yeah, he could use a card, that's for sure.
That will get him to come.
Maybe I'll Twitter him a card. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. But that went well because I don't always get reactions like that on Twitter where somebody actually responds. So that was cool.
How did we do with it? I've noticed we're not. Oh, I've noticed something here.
What?
Where's our video?
Yeah, we did not do a VHS video this week. Our apologies. Time didn't pop up this weekend to do one, but we'll do a VHS live stream hopefully next week. Definitely again sometime in the near future. The watch party. Yeah, I know. I didn't even bother setting it up.
I've noticed it's not here.
Yeah, no VCR, Uncle. I know it's a bummer. I feel the same way. It'll be back soon.
We didn't go through all of them.
No, we still have a couple tapes left, and I do want to hit a thrift store and get some new tapes soon too. I haven't done that yet, but I will.
Oh.
That'll be good. Get some new tapes or maybe from a yard sale or wherever we find some laying around. We'll get more VHS tapes.
Well, at least we're putting something together in this show.
You know what, Uncle? I just thought of another potential guest was a guy that in the course of making my ADD TV video and actually in the course of also making the Age of Transitions video, I went to his place in Cleveland because he has this immense collection of VHS tapes that he used to record off of TV. And he happened to have the Y2K broadcast of Bill Clinton saying weird stuff about technology and stuff. So I got a copy of that tape from him and used it for the Age of Transitions. But he's this guy, Ray, that lives in suburban Cleveland, and he is a character and a half. Maybe we should try to get a hold of him again.
Quick shout out to the international... Quick shout out to the international live listeners, by the way. We have one in Denmark right now, which is unusual. 2 in Australia and 2 or 3 in Canada.
So they're starting to come back. See that?
Yeah.
After the holiday.
You know what was something I was thinking of earlier, actually, with your VHS tapes, guys? Have you explored eBay recently? Because I went on there because somebody made an offer to me to sell me something through there. Which is like an
was
unusual...
it a fake person, Chuck, that we were talking about before?
No, I wish. But it was somebody else that contacted me, and they have a very unusual 3/4-inch VHS video.
Yes. I have an old player that's a 3/4 player. I used that when I had one of my old professors from school gifted me it because I was making the cable access show, and the cable access, your master tapes had to be on 3/4. So I recorded using that with that.
Well, at one time that was a television standard. They actually offered to sell me a 3/4-inch copy of the Zapruder film, which was made professionally for a TV show. So I was like looking at that, and all of a sudden I got inundated with a whole bunch of messages from eBay. All these people that are selling VHS tapes on there, like bunches of them, lots of them. Like you could probably pick up a lot for like $20 and end up with like 10, 12 tapes. You know, I'm just saying. Maybe you could add those to the thrift store rotation or whatever, but you know.
Yeah, perhaps the plus on that would be we might be able to find some stuff that we specifically want to watch if we end up going into that area.
Like, you
the
know,
beauty of the thrift store is you just randomly run into whatever the hell it is. And there's a lot of VHS in the thrifts around here. I just have to get to the thrift, and once you do, it's certain ones especially have lots of piles of VHS. So
well, to me it was crazy because I mean for $25, $25, Jimmy
Chuck,
James.
I got a line on the brand new, pretty much full set of Warren Commission volumes. I know exactly where there's a set, untouched, pretty much.
How much or do they want for them, though?
That's the thing. They don't even know what they have. It'll be like some candy from a baby.
Well, my friend, look, I have wanted one of those for about 30 years. I've wanted my own set, right? And I, at one point, had about half of them that I was buying a volume at a time from different places. And, of course, the ex-wife destroyed that. So if, by chance, you were able to get a set like that, I have been dying to get my hands on a set like that, and nobody offers it for less than $2,000 at this point. So, and I can't afford $2,000.
Here's the ironic thing. And a little clue. It's the very set from which I was reading from 40 years ago.
Oh, so you got like a former library set that you used to have access to, maybe?
That's right, but here's the thing, Chuck. Those nuts put those books in a elementary school.
Oh, wow.
For having the little kids read them.
Oh yeah, little kids love reading that kind of stuff.
Oh my God! I hope those kids didn't go crazy and start using crayons on them and screwing them all up.
Well, that would be the one nightmare scenario. I guess I'd have to go through all the stinking things. Well, if I get them for free, it's not like I can really say anything.
If you got those for free, you'd be like a champion in my mind, because I have been trying to get a set of those for 30 years, dude, and I have not been able to accomplish it. So I'll tell you, I have been dying for a set of those for 30 years, and I can't get them.
Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Chuck's Holy Grail.
So it is.
Hey, you can call it that.
And those are for the blind people. He's talking about, right?
That's Holy Braille.
That's almost the same thing you're saying.
The Holy Braille. Yes.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's call it that.
You know what's crazier than that, Jimmy? You know what's harder to get? Is a set of the HSCA volumes. Is even harder to get than that. And they'll cost you, even though they're lighter in weight and everything else, they'll cost you a little less than the Warren Commission volumes will, even though they're harder to get. And that's another thing I've been wanting for 30 years. I've been wanting whole sets of both of those things for 30 years, and I've not been able to accomplish it.
Wouldn't it be awesome to have like a physical copy right behind you where you could just grab that thing?
Bro, I would absolutely start making that part. I would build an entire set behind me if I had that set. I would build an entire set behind me for videos if I had all the Warren Commission volumes. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Visually, you would have to commit to that, is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Chuck.
I would literally construct everything else around it. That would be the centerpiece of my natural background behind me for every video I make. That's exactly what would be behind me, is that.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's wild, Jimmy. Let me know how that turns out, because I'm telling you, man, I've only heard legends of that kind of stuff where people got a hold of those things for next to nothing. Somebody went into a library in New Jersey and gave them, I think, $30 for their fundraiser and walked away with a whole set one time.
Oh, yeah, because the library just happened to be selling their old stuff off, you mean?
Yeah, and they just threw them out there, and the guy was like, wait a minute, you guys are putting out the whole set of these things? And they said, yeah, well, what do you want for them? Well, we're asking $1 for all the hardbacks. And the guy's like, well, here's $30. They were like, well, take them away. And I'm telling you, you can't get these things for less than $2,000-$3,000 in a set. No way. And that's not even including how much it costs to ship it to you. I'm telling you, that's the price of purchase on books that were released in 1964.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's a sought after limited thing. That's how that stuff goes.
Yeah. It's wild, man. It's wild. So wow, Jimmy. I hope you get it, man. I really do. I'm telling you, I've been dying for one of those for 30 years. And I've tried many times.
I just started thinking about it, and I was like, I know where they put all the stuff that used to be in that school, and I know it's in there. And I was like, I need to talk to some people.
Well, also ask them if they have an HSCA set for some reason, because they might. They just might.
They very well might. You know what my theory is, Chuck? It's one of two things. Either one, they put those books where no one would ever read them, or two, my old principal was a JFK buff. And I think it's number two.
Well, it might be that, but here's the other thing, is they count them as reference books, right? So nobody could ever check them out of the libraries they were in, but you could use them in the libraries. That's always been the rule for reference books. So it's crazy. I mean, and think about that. That's another thing, by the way, Aaron, for your VHS tapes. Yes. I'd be willing to bet that if you go to some of the library sales around you, you'll find VHS tapes for like 25 cents.
That's true, yeah, because I remember the Columbus Library. I used to rent all sorts or I checked out all sorts of VHS tapes, and some of them were awesome that the library had.
Right.
So, yeah, that would be a good way to go about it, too, yeah.
And plus, people bring in stuff. They donate to the libraries physically, whole collections, whole garages full of things like this, right? So they'll bring in any sort of media, and you might end up with, your neighbor's stuff that's actually in the local library there to raise funds. And they usually have a price. Like you might find DVDs, VHS, books, magazines, all that stuff there.
Yeah, and I'm not averse to eventually playing DVDs if we get the right DVD too, because we can just as easily hook the DVD player up to our setup here as the VHS. So maybe we'll delve into that at one point if the show, if we do the show enough.
But we have to have the wires straight.
We have to have the wires.
In that case, it may help if you did get a new one. It can fix the wires.
You're saying that loose connection on ours? Yeah. There's some loose connection where if we touch it wrong, it goes out, but then I just touch it again and it comes back. I'm not sure what part of the chain is doing that, but something.
You probably just need a new coaxial cable or something. You know what, Jimmy? That's funny that you bring that up because The Men Who Killed Kennedy, the original set that they put out from the History Channel?
Yeah.
So there's a guy on eBay with that plus like the Garrison tapes and a few other things in a package on VHS for $17.99, and most of it's still sealed. And I was like, "Are you kidding me? That's
holy crap!"
Yeah, that stuff would have cost us like $400 to collect. I know that when it was new, and this guy's selling all this stuff. Like I said, $17.99. I think he's asking for like $8 to ship it. So, like, the total is like $25 or something like that. I was like, man, I wish I had a VHS player because
that's cheap.
I would buy it. It's a
non-VHS player. Chuck, I don't even have a VCR anymore. I got to buy one of those things.
Yeah, see, but I think it'd be worth buying a VCR if I got that set,
Oh, totally. You could find a VCR.
No, VCR would be easy to find.
I think it would be. I haven't tried because I've had mine for a while, but it's definitely on eBay. Or again, if you go to the thrift store on the right day, you might find one.
Well, they might because they can bring them in.
Well, here's a crazy thing. If you wanted to invest $40 and get a brand new VCR, you could go to that same website where you got the T-shirts from. Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, they have brand new VHS.
Now, Chuck, I have a question. Do they have new versions of old, like 8mm handy cams, video cameras, and things like that?
They did have a couple of camcorders. I'm not sure all the specs on them, but they had a bunch of different ones, and they're not all digital. Some of them are. I think I saw a VHS-C on there. The compact.
Sure. VHS. Yeah. So all different forms of analog video cameras. That's cool. Yeah, that's good.
Weird and brand new. It's a brand new manufactured thing from some company you never heard of in Vietnam or Sri Lanka or whatever. But still, it's a brand new.
That's cool.
Appliance.
Yeah. For a weirdo like me, sign me up. It could be something I need. Yeah.
I'm just thinking, your VCR craps out and you can't find one in the thrift store. You might be able to get a brand new one there.
Yeah.
So
I like this revival of the old format stuff, mixing it with the new online things. I want to say the kids are getting stuff too.
VHS is the number one growing physical media platform.
Well, it's competing.
Isn't that crazy?
It's competing hard with, believe it or not, vinyl records in a lot of countries. They've gone back to the vinyl records in a bunch of places, like the stuff that you couldn't give away a couple of years ago. Now people are looking for the old vinyl records, and some brand new albums are being released on vinyl, which is really strange.
Oh yeah, wow, pretty cool. Yeah, these old formats are making a comeback, Uncle.
Wow,
yeah. So cool, you could add to your VHS plays with a vinyl thing, man. Hey, look, the new vinyl. Right?
Oh.
Whoa. New and old vinyl. Yeah.
Not old, new. It's exciting. Yeah, see, Uncle, part of my thinking here too is we might be riding the cusp of all this like rebirth of these old things, and if we strike the right chord, the VHS watch party with Uncle could be riding the tide of what's cool and hip at the moment. How about that?
I'd say there's something new. What we're building here is something new of watching show. It's like on a show and making something for something else.
Mm-hmm.
So we go ahead and do these things and sort of gotten into these VCS things. I tell you, though, that last one I saw on this video, actually didn't finish it.
Wait, what do we do?
It was a good one.
Oh, you're talking about the VHS tape.
The VHS tape.
We were in the middle of watching the Candid Camera one.
That one is getting close.
We'll be
for my counting up.
We stopped watching that because the stream just dropped. I don't know why that happened. That was something to do with the computer or whatever. But we'll pick that back up when we do the VHS watch.
And the talk. I tell you what, get a good one. Johnny Carson.
Yes.
I got a kick out of that one.
That was fun. Yeah.
That one, I rated it high.
Uh-huh.
I rated it up there.
It was up there, yeah.
So when you send them out to the thrift store,
look for that sort of thing.
Look for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Somebody will look at that and see my card.
They could.
And boom.
Well, that guy you said has all those TV shows taped. I bet you he's got some Carson in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, guaranteed. Yeah. His name is Ray Glasser. He used to have a YouTube channel. I'm not sure if he still does, but it was called Videoholic. And he would just post clips of like random VHS tapes that he had, which were things he taped off of TV. And that's how I found that clip of Bill Clinton talking on Y2K. And I got a hold of him on YouTube or email or whatever. I'm like, hey, man, could I get like a copy of that tape? And he was very accommodating, like, yeah, you know. And I ended up going to his place in Cleveland. He gave me an actual physical tape. And I also videotaped his wall of tapes and a little interview with him. I put a short little piece together featuring him, and that was a nice little video too. Cool. But he was a really nice guy. He was into that like VHS tape trading back in the day and all that. So
you still have it?
Oh, I used to do that too. Yeah. Hey, look, we're down to the last couple of minutes, guys.
Oh.
Okay, so let's bring this on home, Uncle. Shout out, right?
Jimmy got the first one.
All right, Jimmy.
Here's a shout out to good deals, good women, and good guns.
Dang.
Good guns?
Okay. Good shout outs there. Jimmy, is that anything else?
Anything else?
Of course, there's always one more thing. Always tip your waitress. And tip your network provider, Mr. Chuck O'Celli, so that keeps producing.
Thank you for that.
There's a good shout out there. All right. Thank you, Jimmy. We'll talk to you soon, man. Take it easy. And then, Uncle, did you have a shout out you want to give?
To all the listeners and out-of-state listeners. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, I'm going to give a shout out to any young kids that are getting into VHS tapes. Well done. I'm glad that you appreciate that. And anybody who's been donating weird VHS tapes to the thrift store, shout out to you. So I guess that's it. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Again, we're live on Sunday nights, every Sunday on Ocelli.com. Again, if you can support the network, that's Ocelli.com. But our website is UncleThePodcast.com. It's at Uncle Podcast on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Make sure you follow those.
215 and...